is certain. Is an assurance of victory. Like the word God gives us is an assurance of, He should give us an assurance of victory. It should help us fight that battle, whatever it is, or face that challenge in faith. So that you have won or that the victory is yours is victory on its own. So if you flip it the other way, in the devil, what God has promised you will not happen. The enemy has won. In your heart, in your mind. The battle of the mind. He also is able in your heart, in your mind. The battle of the mind. He also is able to defeat you in the battle of the mind. If he is able to do that, then he has defeated you. Do we understand? Based on where God has sent us to, we should, there will be provision, there will be access waiting for us there. Paul had access to the Gentiles. He could pack a whole auditorium with Gentiles looking to hear, just went and preached. So the Jews and Gentiles listened to them and they were blessed. So after the preaching, some people came to meet Paul that he should please come and preach that message again the next week. And the scripture says in Acts that the next week the whole city was gathered together to listen to Paul. So when the Jews now saw that, this man, we were in church together last week, as you were preaching, we were even supporting what you were saying. But when they saw that the whole city gathered to come and listen to him, they became jealous. And then they began to contradict what he was saying. You know, there are sometimes that, not sometimes, many times that your success, say you've left our town and then you have come to Lagos. Say you've left our town and then you have come to Lagos. And then you go back to the town. Let's say before, everybody, maybe on Saturday morning, everybody will bring out his tire. You will now look for a high place. All of you will roll your tire to that place, and then you start rolling the tire downhill. And you see whose tire is the fastest or who is the first, and those kind of things. So, imagine you now come to Lagos, spend 1 year, and you go back. And then everybody, your friends, that were your very close friends then, you now get back, you now say, it's Saturday morning, let's go and roll tire. You said, I can't roll tire. You know, exactly, they say, hey, now, wow. So you don't go Lagos, come back. You know, Saul still loved him. But when Saul heard the women, when they came back to town, the victorious army, they had come back. When he heard the women they began to sing, Saul has killed 1,000, his 1,000. David has killed his 10,000. He said, oh boy. What's the meaning of this? They are ascribing 1,000 to him, Saul, and they are ascribing 10,000 to David. What else remains? They want to make him king now. Then he switched. Did Saul know that he had that tendency? I don't think he knew. Because when he wanted to make Saul king, he ran away. Like he didn't want to become a king or something like that. He's from a smallest tribe, Benjamin. He didn't want to become king. So eventually he became king. And he did terrible things. That is why you will see David saying that, Lord, search my heart. Try me, know my thoughts. See if there is any wicked way in me, if there's any evil way in me. See, check it out. If there is any evil way, lead me unto life everlasting. You don't know your heart, though. You don't know the depth of what you are capable of doing. You don't know. God knows, and God can help you. Judas probably didn't know he was going to betray Jesus. Judas probably didn't know. Peter also probably didn't know. He didn't believe it. that he will be able to deny Jesus. Some hours before, he was still saying, I think hours before, he was still saying, even if all these people, Master, you know me now, even if all these people, they deny you, it's not possible for me to deny you. Me deny you is not possible. Yeah. But you see that he denied Jesus 3 times. 3 times. And the people that were, and where it's interesting is that, Peter was not the only disciple that was there. There was another disciple that was also in that area where they held Jesus, where they were questioning Jesus, asking him questions, asking him about his disciples. There was another disciple. Was it John's account or Luke's account that said that the other disciple came to bring Peter inside? So the other disciple was there. He didn't deny Jesus. The person that was making all the mouth hours before was the one that denied Jesus 3 times. Who are the people that were asking him questions? A servant girl asked him, are you not one of his disciples? He had become water. He had said, no, I don't know anything about what you are saying. Please, I don't understand what you are saying. Who is Jesus? Do I know him? Where's my father's house? Who is Jesus? You get. So he denied him. The second time, someone else asked him. Until the 3rd time. And then the cock crowed. He didn't know he could do it. Judas didn't know, probably didn't know that they were going to kill Jesus. But there was a day that the day the woman came to anoint, there was a woman that came to anoint Jesus. She had a jar of oil that was very costly. That jar of oil could pay someone's salary, not salary, wages for a whole year. Because 300 denarii, thank you. So 300 denarii. Imagine a year of 365 and there's a day every week, but the Hebrew calendar is different. And maybe 310,000 because the person will come to work 310 times a year. You get that calculation. So it was almost the money for a year's. It was about the money for. She was crying, put the tears on his leg, used her ear to clean his leg, then anointed his leg with the thing. So the whole place was smelling very nice. But that action made some people angry. It wasn't only Judas that was angry. If you check the scriptures well, it wasn't only Judas that was angry. It was him and some other people that were saying, why would this woman waste this amount of money? This money could have been given to the poor and do something about it. They weren't angry enough, or their heart posture was not wrong to the point where they would say, and I will do something, and I will get back at master. I'll give Jesus. He went to sell Jesus for maybe 30 pieces of silver. I think that happened something similar, maybe twice. So Judas would have seen different.